today's event. Can you introduce yourselves, please?
My name is Alex Babido, and this is my wife, Stella Babido.
Thank you. What's your personal take home from today's event?
My personal take from today's event is quite unique, to be very honest, because we didn't know what to expect, being the first one that Christians have had for the retreat weekend. What I really like about it, to kind of single out maybe one thing or two, is the do, I do, before and after. Before? Yeah, before and I do. I think I like their openness, their frankness really, because they kind of made it really, really real. So there was no camouflage or anything like that, and I think I like the realness of it really. And I think it's really taking something home, because we came thinking, okay, what's really going to, because Colossians kept it as a really, not really secret, but they didn't really tell us the content of what to expect, but it's been really surpassed our expectations really, and we've really been blessed with that openness, that frankness really of it.
For me, it was basically having the opportunity to share experiences with other couples and basically to learn from other people's experiences. And also I like the workshop aspect, which basically opens up other issues that are quite pertinent to building a better marital relationship. And I think in those discussions there were a lot of things that came out which basically was quite impacting and thought-provoking as a couple. And I think it was something that I've never experienced before in a retreat, and I think it's the first of its kind I've been to, and I really want to recommend it.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. How and why is it different from other seminars that you have attended in the past?
Well, we haven't actually done a couples retreat as in a weekend away before. This is really our first one. And you think you know everything about marriage, but you really don't know everything about marriage. It's really about learning, which was really the emphasis for today, which is about learning and getting to know one another even better. So, I mean, there's no perfect marriages out there. It's about really coming to learn how to enhance your marriage, and I think that's good for everyone to get involved in doing something like that.
The difference for me is the flexibility and structure. Because oftentimes if you go on a retreat, you might basically be left on your own to do your own thing. But in this case, there's a program, and part of the program is an agenda whereby there's workshops, there are other activities, and I think that was quite good. And it brings out a lot of quality things that you can take out of the retreat, so I think it's different from many other activities.
Well, thank you very much. I hope to see you same time next year.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you. You're welcome once again, please. Can you introduce yourselves?
Okay, I'm Abi Wilkin, and this is my husband Peter Wilkin as well, and we've just concluded a lovely weekend with the before and after I do, and it's been wonderful.
How is it different from any other seminars you have attended in the past?
Wow, not attended a seminar in a long time, but the ones that I've attended, this is really more practical, and I would say that it's good to know that you're in the company of people who still believe that the marriage institution, is God ordained, and that it's possible to actually succeed in it, and that even if there are any ups and downs, it's what going all the way to handle it and to open up and see what exactly needs to be done. So I found this one revealing, a good exposure into the things that I might not have wanted to speak with my husband about. But after the whole seminar, we spoke for like 4 hours, which was wonderful.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's been a great opportunity to be at this seminar anyway, basically. And my experience so far is the seminar was so impactful, it was so practical, the delivery was so good, absolutely different from any kind that I've ever attended in terms of the content, the sound and the balance of the content that the guest ministers were able to put together. And I learned a lot, despite how many things I could have said I know, but there are very key things that I picked from it, which, like my wife said, we've been able to use it as a cardinal point, use it as a manual to discuss. In fact, make use of some of them as terms now to use to qualify the things. So for us, we're so glad, we're so happy, and we're so grateful for them and the kind of things they are doing to the community. For us, it's a greater level from now on.
Now, as you leave today, what personal things are you taking with you?
Okay, I would say that I hadn't heard the term love tank before, and I now know that I can actually drive without fuel in my tank. So when we were having the seminar, I scored it at 5 over 10, and I started working on what I need to do to get it to number 10.
Oh, yes.
Okay, well, for me, taking off from here is, first of all, I'm thinking more about the love language. And of course, the question I asked my wife is a little bit, it took some time for her to really say, what's your exact love language? I have an idea, but I want to get it from her. And like I said to her, like, by your mouth you shall be judged, tell me, you know. So, again, I'm thinking about many more people that this can be useful to. So we're thinking within our scope of influence how we can extend this opportunity. It's a desire, it's a vision fulfilled, a desire met. And we're so grateful, we're looking forward to bringing more people into it.
Oh, thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you
I'll
too.
see you next year.
Yeah,
Right.
thank you.
Yeah.
Once again to today's event. I'm sure you've had a lovely time. Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Janet Adisa.
And I'm Julius Saxon.
Yeah, and welcome once again. Can you tell me precisely why the before and after I do seminar that you have enjoyed this weekend, why is it different from the ones you've had in the past?
I always say the seminar is refreshing. For every event, for every activity that believers come together to enjoy, God has a purpose. And for this is a unique blessing that was reserved for us. And the seminar itself, is a blessing in that it addressed what is needed for this time. It took us back, to the love of God, the reason, for marriage, and which is that agape love. There is many aspects of love, but the real love is the agape love, and that is what makes it for me, sandwich the other types of love within, the agape love. So whatever we do in our love language, the basis must be love, the love of God, which surpasses all love anyway, and that love takes us through, life, takes us through any challenge that we may encounter in our marriages. And I really, took that from this seminar. I just want to say thank you so much for Pastor T and Pastor Shola, who brought this to us over this weekend. And I just want to say that your ministry will grow wider, and as God has intended, nothing will stop you, both and your family, from reaching the heights that God has intended for it. I want to say thank you so much. It's so refreshing, and I'm taking everything that God has given to me, and I'm going to work with it with my husband.
Are you taking on the same thing?
Yes, I am. Everything that my wife has said, I sanction it. We believe we are together on it. Once again, thank you for BAID Ministry, Lasting Love, and Colossians Ministry for bringing this together. We couldn't have been any other place this weekend than being here. It's so refreshing to us, and we'll be able to shout about it and talk about it to other people. And next time when we have this kind of event, hopefully by God's will, we'll be able to bring other people to come and benefit from what we have benefited today. Thank you so much.
God bless you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Welcome you once again to today's event. Can you please introduce yourselves?
My name is Oladimiji Alo.
And I am Omotunde Alo.
Right. I'm sure you've attended other events in the past. Why is today's event, so with before and after I do, different from the ones you've attended in the past?
Oh, well, really, it's the first of its kind. We're attending as a couple, really. And we have actually enjoyed every bit of it. We weren't even expecting it to be like this. you know, especially the seminar we had after breakfast. It was absolutely fantastic. It was very enjoyable. We learned a lot of things, and you know, being a very young couple as well, you know, we now, you know, we think it's a very good one and a very good start for us, because you know, using God as a base of your relationship and learning a lot of things in a Christian way would definitely help a married girl and keep it together.
Yeah, and you said?
Yeah, actually, this is my first time coming to something like this, and from what I've heard in the seminar, you know, I was really impressed, because I could see that other people are going through different stages in their. I think people that have been in it for about 25 years, they're still learning. So for us, just starting, it's just to try and follow what was taught and what they said, you know, in the seminar, which, you know, was really, it's going to be helpful for us.
So as you live today, what personal things are you taking with you?
Well, for me, personally, God must be the basis of any marriage. You know, that is the main thing, you know. No matter what anybody say, like in a seminar or whatever, just make sure at the back of your head that God, you should seek God in everything, pray together as a couple when you have difficulty and all that, and that is one thing I took out the gap.
Well, what I'm going today with about being able to marriage is that you know, for there's no perfect marriage or couple like it was stated in the seminar, which is, you know, obviously very true and realistic. But the thing is, you know, as we go on, especially coming to an event like this, you know, you reflect on your relationship. And reflecting back on, you know, what you've gone through and everything, you know, will make you fill up some loopholes, and you make adjustments where necessary. Even, you know, people, like I said in the, you know, seminar, people who's been in it for 20, 25 years, they're still in the learning curve. So we know we are learning and we're still discovering. But the good thing is, you know, we bring God into it, and we patch it up wherever we need to.
Amen. Thank you very much. Hopefully I'll see you next year.
Definitely.
All right, God bless you.
Thank
you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Dave.
Hello. Thank you for coming for today's event. Can you please introduce yourselves?
My name is Olu Akinkumi.
And I'm Sharon Akinkumi.
Yeah, thank you very much. How is today's event different from the seminars you have attended in the past?
It's I enjoyed the fact that it was, you know, more or less like keeping it real, and to me that's important, because a lot of times in church circles people skirt around things and they don't want to talk about it. So I felt that was important.
And you, Sharon?
I think I agree. I think that you have to be down to earth. I think that I like to be able to just talk straight, and I think this gave us the opportunity to do that, because a lot of the time we might be going through difficulties, whether individually or as a couple, but you don't really get the chance. Maybe people, day-to-day life, you just get on with it and avoid it, overlook it. But this type of event gives you a chance to think about, okay, what is it that you could be doing different about your life or your relationship, your marriage, and talk straight and deal with it. Talk about it together. You have that space to do that.
Right. So as you leave the event today, what personal things are you taking up with you?
I liked the topic on love languages, and I felt that was good, simply because you sometimes take that for granted, that, you know, your spouse has certain things that they like, or certain things that they enjoy, and it's important for you to do that. And I think sometimes as Christians you might not value this kind of thing, and I've always, because usually as a pastor you get to deal with a lot of people, and what, you know, talking about their personal issues, and if you don't have some of these tools, things can be very difficult. And so that's why I think, for me, love language is great, and I think a lot of people will benefit from this kind of fun.
And you, Sharon?
I think for me, what I take away is the fact that we should reflect on ourselves. A lot of the time when you're in a marriage, you want to maybe look at your husband or your wife and blame them for what you think the difficulties might be. But I think I'm going to take away the fact that what can I do differently, and how can I also work with Olu and think about the point, because we had to think about what things we might want to change, what things can we do, and I think we thought about that. I think sometimes we might put points down and then we go back and we don't do it. But I want to be able to take away the fact that I'm reflecting on myself and actually put into practice what we talked about.
Oh, thank you.
As well.
Oh, thank you very much. Hopefully I'll see you next year, God willing. God bless you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
I am Olubumi Uju.
And I'm Emmanuel Uju.
Yeah, what's your take home, your personal take home from today's event?
It's a bridge builder. I think the seminar has sort of empowered me to sort of improve and build on my relationship with my wife.
And you?
Yes, for me too, it was really practical. It was a practical session, very engaging. Compared to other seminars I had attended before, where it's like the ministers just talk and talk, and at the end maybe just take a few questions. Right through it was very engaging. We carried a long way involved, and like tonight was really lovely because we played games, we laughed together, and we learned as we did all of that.
Oh, thank you very much, Bumi and Emmanuel. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I have to say that it's been a fantastic time today, working with the team, Pastor Tim and Pastor Shola Oladipo on before and after I do event. It's been mind-blowing. It's a time of empowerment, the time of inspiration, and it's been fantastic to learn more about the love tank. The benefits in things like this is enormous, and you have to keep working on it to be sure that your tank is full to expectation. More grace to the team. Hopefully next year we would see you again, and that time we will have many more testimonies regarding what we have learned today. God bless you. I am FUNMI ADEYI, lasting love.